I'm Dean Crawford, and today I'll be making nashigori. It is a 2-day process, or if you start early in the morning, you can do it in just 1 day. But first we gotta wash our hands. Nashigori is a Dutch dish containing meat, rice, green beans, and stew beef. For today's part, you will need the stew beef, a cup for water, a saucepan, and some onion soup mix. Also, I use some browning seasoning sauce to give it that good, tasty brown look. Step is to put the meat into the pot. Then you're going to wash your hands, and then you're going to come back, and you're going to take that onion soup mix and pour it right in. You can dispose of that wrapper, and you're going to take your cup to get water. I normally put in around 2 cups of water to begin with to see how that looks. You should fill the pot up with about halfway filled with water. 2 cups is normally good for around 3 pounds of meat. And then once you get it to there, you're going to turn the stove on. You're going to turn it down to low, and then you're going to add your browning seasoning sauce. You're only going to add just a little bit. And then quickly afterwards, you are going to mix. Make sure you mix very well, or else it's not going to turn out well. It's okay if it splashes some. You're going to be able to clean that up later. You're going to leave that on low heat until it begins to simmer and your meat is very tender and is practically falling apart, because that'll give the taste that you're really looking for. And then after that, you can just leave that overnight. You're going to put it in a container and cover it overnight, and then tomorrow you're going to reheat it, and you're going to also cook rice and green beans, and then you're going to mix it all together. Depending on how you like it, you could add some more, like maybe some pickles or maybe corn. It all adds nutritional value, and one way you can make it instead of waiting overnight is to put it in a crock pot early in the morning and let it cook all day long until around dinner time or later, depending on when you eat, and then you're just going to cook the other things and mix it all together. Every once in a while, you're going to want to check to see if it's done. You're going to check to see if it's done by lifting up the lid and touching it with a fork. You'll know it's done if it goes to fall apart right away. If it doesn't, then it's not done and you need to put the lid back on and leave it be. We'll check this again in another little while. On day 2, first thing you're going to do, right after you wash your hands, is you're going to grab your rice. And then you're going to start cooking your rice. But I have already started cooking my rice. So here's my rice. And you know, it's coming along good. Gotta wait till that's all nice and brown before I add water. Okay? And as I'm doing that, I am going to want to get the meat from yesterday. And then once you've got the rice going, you got the meat out, you're going to want to put the meat on low again so you can reheat the meat. And now my rice is at a brown, so I gotta pour some water in. And that's how you do that. Now, I gotta start cooking the fried eggs soon, or else I won't have eggs. Which is one way you could do it. I prefer the eggs. Okay, and then you're gonna want to make sure you stir your meat every once in a while so it doesn't get all bad looking, so it looks all nice and stays nice and warm and tender. Now you're gonna want to move your rice off and cover it with a lid, and you'll keep it on low. Then you're gonna take another pan, put it on the stove, and then you're gonna make fried eggs. Okay, now while your fried eggs are frying, you're going to want to get some dill pickles out of the fridge and you're going to cut them up, which I'll show you in a second. Wait. Okay, dill pickles is not written down there. Okay, so these are my dill pickles. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut them up using the pinch grip. You gotta cut them up really nice and small, but not too small. This pickle is going to add crunch to your nashigori. It's gonna add so much crunch and juiciness to your nashigori that you are gonna fall in love with it. Okay? Now, I will be back in 5 seconds with this completely cut. Okay, and you're going to want to come over here to make sure your eggs are going along good, and your meat is going along good. It'll stay this nice brown look, because you put in that browning seasoning sauce. And you're going to also want to look at your rice and see how it's going, because this is not to take that off for like 15 to 20 minutes. Not that I've been cooking rice-a-roni or anything. And then you're going to want to go back to your pickles, where you see I got this nice cut up all the way perfectly. Just holding the knife like this. And that is how you cook pickles. Okay, now when your eggs are done, they're going to look something like this. You're going to want to put them on a plate to be chopped up to put into it later. Which one is that? It's that one. Okay? This is what your eggs should look like before you cut them. After you cut them, you are going to mix it in with the meat, the rice, and the pickles. At this point, you are in a waiting zone. You've cut the eggs, you've cut the pickles, your meat's being reheated. All you gotta do now is wait for your rice to finish cooking. The first thing you're going to want to do once your rice is done cooking is to turn it off. Okay? You want to make sure it's nice and stir it up. And then you're going to come over here to your meat and turn that off. Because your dinner is done. So, you're going to want to take your meat and you're going to put that on your plate. Maybe something a little better than a fork should be used. Wait, a cooking supposed. Now I got a metal spoon. It's going to work a lot better. So you got that nice and yummy meat. And you're going to want to come over here to your rice and get some rice. You want enough to pretty much cover the meat, but not too much. And you're gonna want to go all the way over here to your eggs and your pickles, your dill pickles. Okay, you're gonna grab some of that pickle and you're gonna put it in. That's good. Now you're gonna go over here and you're gonna grab some egg. You're gonna put however much you want. I don't like too much, but I like enough. That is what it looks like. Now you're gonna mix the plate. I mixed the food. How does it taste?
Pretty good.
Thank you very much. And that is how you cook nasi goreng, a traditional Dutch dish. Stop eating food.